You're listening to the Gulag Podcast with Narrowminds and JayStunZ.
Gulag Podcast. I know. We had technical difficulties throughout this weekend, but we are here. There it is. I did promise that we are going to do a season 1 kind of recap on kind of like the stuff that we did in this the first half of our podcast. But not only that, but we want to talk about kind of like where we kind of structured the talks around and why we did it and where we're going to go in the next season, because there's going to be a season 2 of the Gulag Podcast that's coming up in believe the second week of October. We're going to take a little bit of a break, trying to gather the next round of stuff coming up, and we're going to show you some clips of some of the stuff that we've compiled through this through the season 1 here. And me and Jay, like, honestly, we didn't even expect the podcast to go this large, like as far as scale wise, in such a short amount of time. But there it is. It's there, you know. So, but the whole reason, and the reason that we started this podcast was to give streamers kind of a voice, because I feel like on like YouTube and like the way we're portrayed, it looks like we're just a bunch of dummies that sit in front of a PC and or a gaming console, and that's all we do, and we don't humanize the fact that of all the stuff that we have to go through while having to be a streamer, having to be a gamer, or a content creator on here. It's hard. It's hard to be that. So we kind of did something to kind of humanize the fact of what it is the fact that we are humans, and that these people are humans too. And I think it's kind of like that Hollywood like mentality where people, you know, they make us to be something that's, you know, like, oh my God, or I met this person. But at the end of the day, these people are human, and that's the whole goal of this, was to show the facts that the people that you see on your screen, the people that you watch, the people that you subscribe to, the people that you watch on a daily basis to get some kind of entertainment, they're human too. We have to humanize this process, because there's a lot of times where we don't I don't know, we put them on a pedestal of higher expectations, and then when they do something wrong or they make a mistake, that's the first thing that happens is we get called out, and we're the worst people in the world. So that's kind of the goal, and I know Jay has really found our next season's stuff to really focus on how people are going to be building communities and how they built their communities. Jay knows tons of people that have built communities from the ground up. So, you know, we're going to be focusing on that. But, you know, a lot of the stuff is also to help you guys that are streamers too. I think that people that we don't know, we don't necessarily have an outlet. There's like not like a forum for us streamers and content creators to go to when we have a problem, or when we're, you know, because everybody's gonna have those days, you know. So that's part of the thing too, is just building things. And we talked to female streamers and just got their take on their hot takes on the personas of being a female streamer. And that was Jay's creation. I'm not even gonna take any credit for that one. That one was Jay. He brought up the female streamers, and it started off with one person, and then it went on from there.
Turned into 2, turned into 4, turned into
right
wherever we're at.
Yeah, we're not even done with the series yet. So I mean, but that's the thing, is just to give people kind of a real look behind the fact of female streamers. That, you know, yeah, I get it. All us guys, sometimes we get misfocused on what it is because unfortunately some people did kind of over sexualize the fact of being a streamer and what they're wearing and all that stuff, and it caused a problem for female streamers. It's hard as a female streamer because the expectations are there, 100%. The expectations are there. The expectations of what a female streamer is there. It's not something that's easily done now because of the fact that as a female streamer, certain gentlemen have this idea that you're going to start an OnlyFans, you're going to do this, you're always going to wear shorts, like really high shorts and a tank top with cleavage. That's what they're expecting, and then you guys don't get the respect that you're supposed to be given as a streamer. So we're gonna let me see if I can play that. We're gonna play this now. Do you feel like those girls have caused and made it harder for you guys to grow on Twitch without doing, sexualizing yourself while streaming?
Narrow.
We're in a clip right now.
You want me to answer that first, or you want to answer that?
You can go.
I was gonna say I couldn't even hear you cut out.
Maybe they set up like some sort of like expectation in a sense that guys maybe expect every girl to do that in that sense. But at the same time, I think it's always like to each your own, and if that's how they want to do it, I don't think it really impacts every girl out there. I just think maybe guys expect it more because if like 9 out of 10 girls do it, then maybe they're like, oh well, why don't you do it? Like, it's not all 9 do it, you should do it too. So.
All right, so there's a little clip that's from Becca and Nessa on girl streamers, and I know Jay came up to me. He's like, "Dude, I got the perfect topic. We'll talk about the truth about female streamers." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fucking amazing. That's a great idea." So that's what we went with, and it's proven to be a very positive series for, especially to also help the understanding of their side to you guys. You guys are. I don't know what to say to some of you guys.
And to be fair, I mean, the whole concept of the idea wasn't even originally from me. It was from just browsing through TikToks and seeing a bunch of female gamers posting up TikToks about how they're tired of the way they're treated in public lobbies and their reactions to when men say certain things. And I was like, nobody ever really talks about this, so why shouldn't we?
Right.
So that was it. That was the start.
Yeah, I mean, and it's an important topic. I mean, like, guys, you have to realize most of us have sisters. All of us have mothers. All of us have grandmothers, aunts, and everything. And that's something that you guys got to realize. I mean, I get it. There's beautiful women out there, and there's a proper way to talk to them and address them without being like some rude jackass that they can't get any ass. That's pretty much that's the take on it. And if that's you, this is the wake up call that this is not a Tinder, right? This isn't Plex Storm or any of those sites where they're trying to date you. Your chances, and Jay, you know this very well because you've talked to people that have had this issue. Your chances of dating one of these streamers is you probably have more luck. Getting your unemployment check.
Probably got better luck picking up somebody on a corner and offering $100 a month to be your girlfriend. Because it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. Is just we're trying to give people the understanding that everybody here should be treated with some kind of respect, right? Even if Twitch is like so loosely monitoring those facts. But it's bullying. There's a lot of people are being bullied. A lot of people are, they're being harassed online, and it doesn't make any sense. So that's something else we talked about. We're gonna go to clip now with Dr. Eileen, the gamer doctor, about bullying.
If something came up, it was like face to face. There wasn't the high level of anonymous type of attacks that go on because people are empowered when, nobody can see them. If they were to have to say the exact same thing up in somebody's face, they probably wouldn't. But the anonymity of the internet allows people to really, tap into that, that lack of humanity on their own part. And, the judgment comes out. And like I said, it's like, it's body, mind, and spirit. And if your body is reacting to something, there's a good chance it's because there's something either in your heart that's hurting, something, something that's gotten in your head, because it just seems like the whole trolling, paradigm is about getting into somebody's head. And for some reason, others, find a way, because they're not satisfied with their lives. They have to pick at somebody else. They've got to try to.
All right, and there's a clip from Dr. Eileen talking about trolling and being a bully on stream, which is another big factor over here, and it happens a lot to females, as Jay was saying. Females are afraid to talk on the mics half the time because they're afraid that these situations will come up, or these comments will come up, and they're just not like. I mean, I don't blame them. Like, it's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. It's something that's not necessary, and it causes a lot of streamers to stop streaming. And it causes a lot of females to not want to stream anymore. So it's something that always needs to be talked about, and I think that's our goal. I think the goal at the end of the day for the Gulag Podcast is to motivate you and to shed some light about what it is on this side of things, because this is, they see the glamorous side. They see us going to TwitchCon. They see us doing the tournaments and stuff and the cash prizes, but they don't understand the other half of it. They don't understand the true story of what it is to be this streamer, or to take the sacrifice and actually go do this. And it's not easy. Like Jay said before, you're not going to make a ton of money doing this. There's not going to be a ton of money at the start of this. There's not going to be you're not going to turn into the next ninja overnight. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're not going to turn into the next ninja. You're not going to be the next Tifu overnight. And with the hard work, like Jay puts out, like I put out, through YouTube content, through all the content, through streaming consistently, yeah, one day that might happen for you, or one day you might get sponsorships, or one day you might get partnerships, and it slowly starts happening. Trust me, because I'm there, where it slowly starts happening, that you get emails for partnerships and sponsorships and stuff, and deals that can potentially bring you to other deals. But it's through that hard work. You can't just say, oh, you know what, I'm going to be a streamer tomorrow and I'm going to make $1 million by the end of the week. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, keep in mind, anybody that's going to start up streaming, male, female, whatever, if you have any idea of starting to stream because you're going to become rich or powerful, whatever, you got another thing coming, because you are going to have to bust your ass just to make a nickel. You're going to have to stream all the time, and if you're not streaming all the time, you got to worry about other stuff. So like with me and Narrow, we stream when we can stream, but then we're working on YouTube stuff. We're working on the podcast stuff. We're working on getting the guests together for the podcast stuff. We're getting a bunch of stuff together in order to provide you guys shows. And yes, our season 1 has been phenomenal. We had our guests of Lightsy, Dr. Eileen, Nessa, Becca, my first kill. We still have Carvey and Miss Sweet Tea coming up. We have 2 more guests to still interview for season 1. Miss Sweet Tea will be our finale, but something came up with Miss Sweet Tea and Carvey to where they couldn't make the appointments that they had with us, and obviously real life comes first. We're not going to ever ask them to put real life in front of anything we have going on, so we are still working to try to get them on for you guys. But as far as season 2, like Narrow said, it's all going to be based around communities, because Narrow's part of communities, I'm a part of communities. It's all, some communities are built to last, some communities are built to fail, and it takes a lot of work to hold a community in high standards. Like I belong to a lot of communities that'll have crazies going on. I've been a part of a lot of communities that have started out good and then one of the head people turned into a real asshole and just flipped the script on everything and ruined the entire thing, kicking members out for no reason, abusing power. Just it takes a lot of work in order for you to build a successful community. And I can tell you right now, we have two of my very good friends from a community known as the Hildologists coming on in season 2. We have Lightsy returning for an interview in season 2. We have Nessa coming back for season 2. We plan on getting Miss Sweet Tea involved. I'm planning on getting some people from a community that I am very heavily involved with, called the Nameless Family. We're going to try to have one of them come on to talk about communities. What we're trying to do with this podcast is we're trying to inform you guys in more ways than one. We're trying to inform you guys on topics that are not talked about as much as they should. And we're also trying to inform you guys on ways to help build communities or give you guys information in order to help you be more successful in it. So if you want to be a streamer and if you're streaming Call of Duty and you hear a female playing in your lobby, do not be a scumbag asshole and come out with, oh, go back to the kitchen or some other stupid shit, because you're basically feeding into the stigma of what us men deal with because of other assholes and keyboard warriors and internet tough guys. Like, everybody is the same blood. Everybody is the same person when it comes to being on a game. Yes, there's a male voice and there's a female voice. Chances are the majority of the females that play these games that you guys play will whip your ass, and you sit there and get all butthurt about it. Guess what? It's the way it is. So don't sit there just because you got wrecked by a female, be like, oh, go back to the kitchen, you whore, or some stupid thing like that. Because it's not worth it, man. It's really not. It's completely stupid. And you make yourself look like a giant asshole doing it. And you also make other males in the industry completely just look horrible. And, this incident that just came out before all this, where we had a lot of females in the gaming industry coming forward and talking about male gaming executives taking advantage of them or going to parties and, trying to inappropriately do things with them and all. Some of this stuff is so undercover, like, you don't even know about it. But I remember maybe 3-4 months ago, all I saw on Twitter was female gamers coming out. Oh, the head of so-and-so company was at a party with me. He did this to me when I said no. And like, guys, it's not okay in the real world. It's not okay in the gaming world. Like, listen, if you want to sit there and you want to do all this sexual type stuff, listen, go to Steam, look it up. There are plenty of games on Steam that'll sit there and feed your fix. Let me tell you. There are plenty of games on Steam that will fix your sexual nudity fantasies, whatever you want to do with. There are plenty of them. But show some respect to get respect. Don't treat people like shit if you don't want to be treated like shit. Just be a human fucking being and be normal to everybody. That's the bottom line. That's what the communities that we're going to have on in season 2 are built around. They're about respecting you no matter what you are, whatever religion you are, whatever race you are, whatever your sexual orientation is. It does not matter. Like we said, we had with Lightsy in season 1 when she was talking about all her experiences. Lightsy is openly admitted she is a lesbian, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't.
But she has faced flack for it. But you know what? It's stupid. As long as people are happy, who gives a fuck, and who are you to judge anybody about how they live their life? And it's the same thing with communities. If just because somebody is transsexual, homosexual, heterosexual, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as the person's happy. I always say, like, listen, if you're gay, more power to you. Doesn't bother me at all. I'm not, so just don't come on to me and we don't have an issue. That's it. I don't care what kind of race you are. I don't care what kind of sexual orientation. I don't care about nothing. I care about making friends and having fun playing the game. I don't give a crap if you're a male, a female, whatever. If I hear you talking on a public mic, I'm going to treat you the same way I would a friend that I've known for years. That's just the way it is. So y'all need to wake the fuck up if you think telling a female to go into the kitchen and all this other shit makes you sound like a fucking good person, because you're totally wrong.
Or a man. Because most of you boys are the ones doing that.
It's pathetic is what it is. It's pathetic.
most of you boys, the ones that do that. I think also that we're trying to motivate people to go do like new shit. Like I think like 2020 in a whole, as far as like where we are as a world, where we are in this situation of COVID and all that stuff that happened, it kind of threw everybody for a loop. People that I know that were streaming like hard, like intensely streaming, kind of backed off. People that were, and then on the flip side, people that were not even streaming have came into the game and kind of stepped up their game to start streaming. So, but I think that a lot of the motivation and motivating you guys, because it's a lot of people like me. I listen to a lot of motivational like speakers and kind of get their message, because I mean I get it. It's a lot of their stuff is very simple. You're born. You were brought here on this earth to do something. Go fucking do it, and go do the shit that you like, because the time on earth is not that. It's not that big. And
Keep in mind, guys, too, you were brought into this world by a female.
Exactly. As you're over there telling them to go back to the kitchen. But we focus a lot on the fact that we're scared. I hear this a lot. We're scared to do this. We're scared to do that. We don't know about this. We don't know about that. But have you thought about that there's a coin? It has memento mori on it. That means remember your death. And not in a bad way, but in a way for you to understand that all this could be the last time we talk to each other. All this could be the last time we see each other. This tonight could be the last night I play Call of Duty. But what did I do throughout my whole life? If I stayed in fear, or if you stay in fear, like, you're not doing anything. You're stuck. You're stuck like Chuck. I know, because you know what? I think a lot of times when we go to schools and when we go to college, we talk about, they want to talk about, if you do this, you're going to make this amount of money. But see, why are we always focused on the money? If you can do something that you love to do, that you're happy to wake up to every day, that you're not like bothered about the fact that you're going to have to do it, and you make less money than someone who's rich and his life is like shit. He feels like shit. He always wants to take his own life. Which one would you take? And I think that's the reality of it, and that's the reality of it of when you come in here to streaming. That it's not going to be the instant gratification of you making tons of money, and it's not going to be the instant gratification of you being the most popular streamer. You got to work your fucking face off to get even to where me and Jay are. You got to work your face off just to get that far. Let alone if you think you're getting that 1 in a million chance to be, the next Tfue, the next Ninja, right? The next Nick Merckx. They're keeping their thrones. They're not going anywhere. But what are you doing? If you're going to be like the same other streamers that just play video games, don't talk to your stream, you don't talk to the people chatting with you, you don't even say thank you that they followed. I unfollow those people. I'll be honest with you 100%. I watch people's streams just to see how they are, and if I follow them and they don't even mention the fact that I followed them, because you're not appreciating the fact that these people are there. They're taking times out of their day to watch you. And if you don't, if you're telling me, oh, well, I'm not making any money for that time that they're watching. Yeah, well, that's a potential person that can donate to you. That's a potential person that can sub to you. And you don't know who's watching you. Like that Mr. Beast guy, he uses different aliases. And he can tell the difference between a person who really wants to stream and a person who's just here because they think they're going to be the next big act. And it's not going to happen. That's why all you guys that thinking that posting 100 different videos of you quick scoping and all that shit is going to do it. It's not. It's the raw talent you have of whether you're going to be a character and a brand on here, or you're going to be just the same other dude. Jay, how many, in your honest opinion, how many quick scoping, drop shotting people do you think we have on Call of Duty?
Tons,
right? So what makes you better than any of them is the question.
What makes me better than any of them?
No. I'm asking.
I don't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Me and you both. But see, that's what I'm saying. Is that there's tons of them.
If you're expecting to be anything in the streaming world, in the gaming world, you need to be something that sets you apart from other people. So there are 1,000 people quick scoping. There are 1,000 people drop shotting. There are 1,000 people winning every Warzone game they play. There are 1,000 people out there hacking every Warzone game they play. There are 1,000 people out there cursing up a storm. It's what you do is what gets you where you want to be. Me and Narrow have different streaming styles. I stream as myself. I am who I am. I don't put on an act. I don't put on a character. This is me. It is what it is. If I'm not having a great day, chances are you're probably going to see it on stream. It's just how it is. Narrow, he has his character Narrowminds, who is a bit of a dick. That's the way he wants to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs to find their own style. You can't sit there and oh, look at Ninja, he does this, or look at Tim the Tatman, he does this in Warzone, so I'm gonna do it. No. There already is a Tim the Tatman. Don't be a copycat. Be yourself.
I hear so many streamers that I watch that we played with at some point say that, oh, it's because I study the other streamers play. You're never going to be those other streamers.
You don't study, you copy.
Yeah, you're not studying anything. You're never going to be those streamers. You can change your style like I did. I changed my mouse stance. I sped up my movements, my tactical sprint. That's because that's what I wanted to do. And it helped me out a lot. It's just you got to tweak and tune all the stuff to help you to make yourself as a better player. But if you're just going to say, I'm studying somebody who's already a streamer, who's already made it, chances are their styles are, you're not going to be able to copy their style. So, I mean, that's the one thing we want to implore to you and have people understand that why we give these talks. And it's not because we're trying to hate on you, but we're trying to give you the reality check. Because
the world of Twitch is big enough for everybody. You just need to find your own niche and stop trying to be like everybody else. We don't want to see people fail. We want to see people succeed in it. So we're going to do whatever we can to help you. Even granted, we're not the biggest streamers in the world. We're not a Ninja or a Dr. Lupo or a Tim the Tatman or whatever. That's not us. We don't have that type of clout. But what we do have is the urge and the want to help people getting started. I can't tell you how many people in the past maybe month and a half I've helped set up panels on their stream, commands in their stream, being a mod for them, setting up commands for their chat, helping them get over anxiety. It's just what it is. And that's the thing. That's what you people got to understand. This is you are your own entrepreneur on here. You are an entrepreneur. This is your company. This is your business. You don't work for Twitch. Okay? You're using them as a contract. You are a contractor here. This is your business. The Twitch is only going to do so much to help you. If you don't positively help yourself, motivate yourself, and ask Jay, if you go to my Instagram right now and look at my Instagram posts, they're consistent and they're about gaming or they're about what we're doing on the podcast. It's consistent. I post something. I make sure that stuff, because people tell me all the time. I'm not going to name any names, but one of the newer guys that's with us that just started streaming tells me it's too hard to post something on Instagram. I go, how is it too hard? You you email it to yourself on your computer because you're playing on a computer, and then you open it up on your phone, and then you post it on Instagram, and it posts up in 4K. How is that hard? I was doing that today at 4:00 this morning. I was posting stuff about our awesome games yesterday. I could have been lazy and said, you know what, I'm going to sleep after I did all these clips, because they're I did the clips for a YouTube video. But I said, no, I'm going to email some to myself.
and I'm going to post stuff at 4:00 in the morning, no matter how tired I am. I don't even know if I spelled it right, but I did it. Jay does that.
There's been a lot of times where Narrow misspells a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But Jay's the same way. Jay will, if he has a video, he has an idea, he has some kind of motivation, like he did the Phase 10 video, he stays up in the middle of the night, puts the work in, gets it out there. You know, and that's the thing. If that's what you're willing to do, you cannot tell me that it's too hard for you. If something is too hard for you, that means you're not willing to take the time out to learn it and sacrifice that time to better yourself in here. 110%. If you're not willing to do that, it's like, this is such an easy process. You have to find the algorithms of your hashtags and all that shit, but that's shit that you have to learn. Like I learned, like Jay learned, like everybody else learned.
Yeah, like the insanity I deal with on a weekly basis. You know, I'm in New York, so I have COVID stuff. You know, being laid off from COVID, trying to find work is not easy. I help people out with their stream. I stream myself. I do preschool pirates with some friends where we play Sea of Thieves with voice changers. We do preschool platoon with Narrow, where we use voice changers and troll people in Warzone. We do Among Us videos. We do just all sorts of crazy stuff, and all of this is every day. I do this podcast. I do a podcast for my community, Nameless Family. I'm a team leader in there, so now I'm going to have even more responsibilities with that. So there is a lot of stuff that is constantly revolving around me, and you know what? Like I said, it makes me feel good when I know that I can help people do something that they really want to do. So I don't mind taking time out to help somebody set up a panel, or if they have a little question that they don't understand, even if it's a simple answer where I just tell them, oh, uncheck this box. I have no problem helping with that because that's just what I do. I have no issue with that. So you need to take the chance and figure out what you want to be. It's either you're going to be the streamer that's all about himself, or you're going to be the streamer that is all about everybody else. I choose to be about everybody else.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like, I just don't understand. Like, this is a good example. This is like you opening up a business. You spent all this time, right? And all this effort. You buy a PC. And a lot of you streamers do this. You buy a PC. You get help from people like Jay, people like me that try to help you build this stuff up. But then you go in, but you don't want to do the work yourself. You're hoping somebody else is going to do the work for you. You're hoping Jay will promote your channel. Jay's got 10,000 other things he has to do in his realm, in his world. Narrow has 10,000 other things that he has to do in his realm, in his world, to promote themselves. It's your business. At the end of the day, if you think about it, this is your business. This is not Narrowmind presents so and so. This is not JayStunZ presents so and so. We're here, and don't get me wrong, we're here to help you. But you gotta want to help yourself too. You gotta want to have to be here. You gotta want to have to learn how to do the and I'm still learning the YouTube algorithms. I'm slowly building up that channel. And learning the algorithms and learning the tags and learning, how to do clickbait. So it's that type of thing that you got to understand, that you got to want this. If you don't want this, if you're not hungry enough to want this and succeed with this, no matter how much work and how much sacrifice, it's going to be a lot of sacrifice, man. I believe Steve Harvey said it best. You're going to get cut by the rocks before you soar and fly. It's not instantly that you're gonna get into something like this, something that you want, because that guy right there, Steve Harvey, man, he was sleeping in his car. Parking in front of comedy club to comedy club. Just to get paid $100 to do a 30-minute session. Or an hour session. Or, they pay for his plane ticket but telling me they don't have a hotel for him. But he still did it. He sacrificed. You sacrifice a lot doing this. You sacrifice a lot doing whatever and it's not just this, but anything that you want to do in your life, you're going to sacrifice a lot. You're going to get cut. There will be blood. spilled. And you have to honestly understand at the end of the day, you got to face yourself. If you fail, learn from your mistakes and do it better next time. You can't sit there and tell me that the failure is the end of your road. It's the end of the story. Because if that's the case, what the fuck were you put on this earth to do? It's not the end of your road. You just chose the wrong path. You chose the easy path. You didn't choose the path with a bunch of walls and rocks around it. You chose the path that's easy, that's been paved. People who choose that path normally don't make it too far because they want the easy way on anything. They want everything to be handed to them. And we're here to tell you that nothing was handed to us. Nothing was handed to Jay. Nothing was handed to me. We earned our way into all these things. And I think Jay earned his way into that group he's in, the Nameless family, and now he's earned himself into being a leader on there. You know, we earned our way into all of this. We earned our way into everything that we get. But it's just shocking to me. It just throws me off that people would even say that to me. It's like, dude, what do you mean this is too hard? If you're not passionate in this, then, you know, and whatever you do, don't fucking do it. You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time, your soul, your energy into something that you're not happy in. And you know, if you're happy flipping burgers at McDonald's, good. There's nothing against it. Me and Jay are hungry. We're not going to hold you against that. If you're happy frying chicken at KFC, great. If you're happy changing oil at an oil place, great. If that's what you're happy to do. But most of you people say you're happy to do that stuff, and then you sit there and tell me how, oh my God, I got to go to work. Fuck, it's not even Friday yet. That means you're not happy doing what you're doing. As much work and as much sweat, blood, and tears that we shed to be here, to do these things and be able to be a streamer and do all that stuff. I can't say I'm not motivated, even when I'm tired at 4 o'clock in the morning, to post something, even if I spell it wrong. But and I've seen Jay helping people late into the night, almost till 5, 6 in the morning. If he wasn't happy to do that, trust me, I think Jay's the type of, yeah, he'd tell you to fuck off. But he's happy to do it because he's happy in what he's doing. And I think that's one of the messages, one of the clear messages. And I'm sure we'll talk about it in the communities, about this journey. It's a journey. This is not some easy road where, you know, me and Jay are just going to hold you up and, you know, it's all on us. No, this is your journey. And you choose your path and you choose what you want to do. You know, it's to motivate you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not the ones losing out at anything. We're doing what we want to do. It's what do you want to do? Are you doing this for monetary reasons? Or are you doing this because this is, at the end of the day, you want to do what you love for the rest of your life? That's what it boils down to. If you can't decipher that, and you think that it's just for, you know, you're gonna get your 100K all, you know, tournament, and you're gonna win it, and you know, no, it's none of that's gonna happen. You got to do what you love. You got to do what makes you happy. You can't sit there and live in misery for the rest of your life. You gotta, and that's another important thing, is you gotta let shit go. Like, honestly, you gotta let shit go in order to progress forward. You gotta let shit go from the past, because if you're living over here in the past, you're never gonna move forward. You're always gonna let the past block you. Like, it's a simple thing, guys. You want to move forward? Fuck what happened in the past. Everybody makes mistakes. Whatever happened back there, whatever you did or didn't do, or whatever mistakes you made, or whoever you hurt, apologize for it and move on. You can't just sit there and dwell in that fact for the rest of your life. It's just gonna eat you up. It's gonna eat you up. but that's what we're here for. Is we're another thing this month was suicide prevention, and my first kill shared a very it kind of sucks because it kind of hit home to her because her own sister took her own life there through suicide. We'll watch that clip right now of my first kill.
And he mentioned Robin Williams, right?
Yeah.
And he was the most positive from the outside, what we all thought, happiest person in the world, successful. I mean, what care could he have in the world?
That's correct.
My sister.
You guys are gonna find
Same
out
thing.
when we
All
do the
she cared
community
about
thing,
was how
just
I
what
felt.
it
She
takes
never
to have
talked
a
about how
successful
she
community,
felt.
not just the fly by night where
She never talked about how she felt. She
people
never talked
join,
about
and it's
her
not
problems.
people that join your
It was
community
always
in order
me
to
bitching,
use you
and it was
to
always me
get,
talking. And she
we're
was
in
always so
clips right
happy
now, Jay.
and so
Hold
loving
up.
and so
No.
caring. And
No,
none of
you're
us
cutting
knew
out
that
like
she
so
was
many times, Scott.
struggling.
I gotta be
None
like
of us
crazy.
knew that she was struggling. After she passed
whatever.
away, I promised myself, if anybody even gives me that tiny, 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 tiny little glimmer, I'm sorry, of an idea that they're struggling, like nobody should struggle alone and nobody should struggle. Like, I want to be like, I will make the uncomfortable conversation and be like, hey, are you struggling? If you are, let me tell you, you got me. At least you got me. And I know there's probably 10.
All right, there's the clip right there. Sorry, Jay. Am I lagging on your end?
It's me. It's voice. It's fine.
Okay. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Jay. You were.
I was gonna say when it comes to like season 2, like you're gonna see what it takes to actually build a successful community. You're gonna see it's not gonna be a fly by night thing. It's not gonna be where you advertise your Discord or whatever out there in order to just get followers, and then they wind up taking advantage of your community to help build themselves up. There are communities that do it that way, and there's nothing wrong with that way. But there are also communities that you get what you put in. So if you don't put in the work, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. You're not gonna get put on a going live list that will show up in Discord. You're not gonna be considered a real community member unless you pull your part. And there are people that, like me, that do whatever they can to pull their part. And there are other people that just, you know what, I'm joining the community. I'm considered just part of the community, so that's it. Whatever. So you're gonna find out in season 2 just the difference in between a lot of successful communities, the major differences between them, the minor similarities between them. But all in all, I think it's going to be a good lesson for everybody that's considering starting some sort of a community, whether it's Discord or stream teams, whatever. Like it's going to be a good building thing for everybody.
And I think that it's a lot of work to build a community. I mean, we have our own little stream teams that me, Jay, or we stream with only a certain amount of people that we stream consistently with on a weekly basis. So it is interesting because, but and on the other side, we do let a lot of new people kind of come into these communities too and kind of start streaming along with us. But I think me and Jay kind of look for the right fit. Like if they're all about themselves and they're not even, they're trying to get this as a free plug. I think me and Jay kind of get the idea. I think that me and Jay kind of, we feel when there's one of those people that are just, here for the, they're hoping to get their 2 cents of fame or whatever, or get on a YouTube video and that's it. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's just so many things that we're trying to do to help and kind of uplift you guys into making some, like, learning about the streaming community, learning about being a streamer, and the fact that it is a lot of hard work. It's not an easy thing. This by far is not an easy thing, and it's not like me and Jay are sitting in the same studio together. This is a very sometimes it's, even though we get a chance to talk to each other on Discord, it's kind of a lonely thing because it's a very one-sided thing. You don't get to see the,
It's not even that me and Narrow in the same studio. We're on completely opposite sides of the United States.
Yeah.
He's 3 hours behind me. So when it's just midnight to him, it's 3 a.m. to me. So, we do what we can in order to get the content out to you guys or to just be there for you guys. And it's not always the easiest thing to do. And there are times when I'm up to 5, 6 a.m. but that's just 3 a.m. to Narrow, so there are times where I can't do anything and Narrow's awake to do it and he'll help out, or it could wait till the morning and I'll do it in the morning or whatever. But most of the time, if you get a hold of me like, yo, I need help, I'm there right then and there.
That's true. Like, I don't even know when this man sleeps. Obi, welcome to the stream.
I never sleep.
But that's the thing. It's just we're trying to enlighten you guys on what it is. This is essentially this is a full-time job, and believe me, before COVID and before I got really injured, this was I was doing a full-time thing plus dealing with all this. So you can imagine that was like 5-6 hours of sleep every day, even to this to this time, because of all the projects we're currently working on. It's still a 5 or 6 hour sleep day for us. But I mean, if I didn't want to do this and I lost motivation, I would have stopped it. But it's something that you got to want to do, and that's the thing, and that's what we're showing you. And season 2 is definitely going to show you that is how the communities are built, how and how much work it takes from everybody, not just the people who started the community, but from everybody in that community to keep it going and keep people motivated to want to stay. Because just like Jay has played GTA roleplay. I played GTA roleplay. Those are different kind of.
Played GTA roleplay, and in fact, Obi is also going to be a part of season 2. I already talked to Obi. He said he's interested in being on as well. So that's another community that's going to be involved. His community is called the Dark Side.
There you go.
So that's another one that's going to be involved in it.
So I mean, and that's the thing, is there's the two kinds of communities. There's the communities that are really like a family. Like Jay, I think if Jay was to, his community is all like family oriented, 100%.
My community is dead silent because I'm everywhere else.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still there, right?
Oh yeah, the only people in my Discord community are people that I consider good friends, or I don't really allow randoms in there because I don't want to take the chance of a random coming in starting some type of stuff. So I need to at least play games with the person for a while, or at least talk to them to get a feel for who they are before I actually invite them in. Because if you don't mesh with me, you're not going to mesh with my community. So,
and then there's the communities like that I've been on in GTA that are just like they are toxic. The people in there are toxic. They're all talking, backstabbing each other behind their backs, and it's like, dude, like, how do you want to stay in a community like this? It's terrible how some people build their communities. They build their communities on all the wrong things. They build their communities on the favoritism game and who wants to kiss enough ass. And that's not the way to build a community. Your community, and how we ever started in this world to build communities, like the communities you live in, is because the fact that we're all there to help each other. And we forget about that fact, in a reality sense now, because everybody's so against each other. But like back in the day, man, you used to be able to leave your door open. You used to be able to tell people to go to your house and hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Yeah, the door's open. And there wasn't a jackass that you had to worry about next door, because it was a community. You guys were all like intertwined. You guys, let's see what I can kiss. Let's see what can kiss the most. There you go. But that's the thing. It's like now we forget what the word community is. Community is a group of people that live in the same place that are there to help each other. Right. And that's the thing. We talk about communities. You guys talk about, you want a better community. But then these are the fucking people that go and ruin their communities.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at any Discord community or streamer community you join. You gotta look at it as a house, and you're not just gonna let some stranger or some weirdo in your house. You're gonna make sure the people that go in your house are good people. You're not gonna want somebody who's gonna come in your house and wreck all your shit. So there are people that allow weirdos and people that wreck your shit into their community, and chances are those communities will die. But there are the people that make sure that everybody that comes in is good, and when you do that, you're going to have a good community. Honestly, it's the streamer's responsibility to build that community to be what it's going to be, whether it's incorporating other people to be involved in decision making or whatever. But communities could go a lot of different directions. I've been a part of good, I've been a part of bad, I've been a part of in between, I've been a part of new, I've been a part of old. Obi's been through a couple of them with me. I've known Obi for a while. So there are good communities, there are bad communities, there are shit communities, there are really good communities, there are streamer communities, there are, hey, this is all about me, join my community and worship me. It ain't gonna work. So, you know what? You find the people you mesh with, you find their community, you test their community out. If you mesh with them, you stay. If you don't, you leave. But it doesn't affect, just because you're in a community does not affect friendships. So you can sit there and leave somebody's community. Like if I wanted to, I can leave Narrow's Discord right now. Is that going to affect the friendship me and Narrow have? No. I'm just not going to be able to talk in his Discord anymore. It's not going to change the fact that Narrow's still my friend. It's just, if you like a community, then you stay there. If you don't, you leave. But you keep your friendships and your communities separate. Just makes things easier.
It does. And, you know, and like I said, most of these people that are in communities that are good communities, they don't, you know, you're there to help each other, and to have fun with each other. I mean, you know, on Saturday I played with a new community of people that they rated me yesterday. I mean, great bunch of people. You know, we played Among Us. We had a great time. Great community. Sasha was another person we might bring in to talk about her community and how she built her Discord and her community. I mean, just a great bunch of people, man. Just having a good time on a Saturday night, you know. And whoop, did we just lose you, Jay? Oh, technical.
I don't know what just happened there.
Technical difficulties.
Hey.
So yeah. So I mean, that's the thing is, it's so cool to interact with these other streamers and go into their communities and play. You know, I hate to say it, that Among Us game, as toxic as it is, builds a lot of communities, and you know, people open up to you faster through those communities because you're having fun. You're not, you know, it's not a fucking job interview. It's not, you know, you're seeing if the people mesh with you.
How funny is it though that logic is built about Among Us is building a lot of friendships and community ties, but the game is about lying. How funny is that? You're meeting good people by lying to them.
Yeah.
It's so amazing to just I don't know.
The gaming doc, thank you for the follow. Oh, Dr. Eileen's in the building, everybody. She's watching. Dr. Eileen is in the building.
What's up, Doc? I wish I'd have carried it. What's up, Doc?
The gaming doc is in the building. She's gonna start streaming soon too, and we're gonna bring her back. She's gonna talk about stuff to help you guys physically and mentally as gamers. So she's gonna do her own like, I don't know if it's gonna be weekly. I'm gonna find out with her, and I'll announce it and host her channel when I'm offline. But her talks are amazing, and she's gonna help a lot of you people. So it's gonna be a good thing for you guys. She's gonna have her own channel and you know, be an outlet, and we will bring her back here on season 2 to talk about certain things to help uplift you and help you physically.
You can probably talk about what it would take to build a healthy community, like things, how you could take care of the people in your community one way or another.
There you go. So yeah, we will bring the gamer doc back on.
We're gonna find a way to bring her in for every season. We're gonna find a way to.
Oh yeah, multiple times in a season if we could.
Every topic we're gonna find the way to fit the gaming doc in.
There you go. So yeah, it's something to help you guys out. You know, that's what my whole goal when I first thought about this podcast is the fact that we were driven towards a certain goal and a certain thing that we want to do for you guys. And it wasn't just to highlight ourselves or highlight a certain gamer or highlight a certain game. Obviously we can do that, and we have done that. But at the end of the day, we also want to give you some kind of betterment and some kind of an outlet per se, especially if you guys are afraid to talk about stuff. There's a lot of people that are very introverted. This is that type of scenario. Luckily, I'm not. I know Jay's not an introvert at all. We can talk to people.
I'm a weird case. I'm an intro extrovert somehow. I don't know how it is, but I'm an
intro. You can go either way.
I'm very shy, but if I start talking, I don't shut up.
There you go. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. At least
And catch me in certain moods. I can be, I could be at a party and I could be in the corner quiet, just sitting there watching, or I could be literally just talking to everybody. I guess it all depends on.
I get you're
the way
getting a
the
feel.
mood is,
Yeah.
or like, I don't know. It's like, I guess the way the tides are coming in and the moon and the planets are aligned or something. I don't know.
No, I think you just get a feel for the people and then kind of go from there.
It could be, or who knows?
But that's the thing.
A lot of indecision.
That's a lot of things. Is this is kind of an outlet for you guys that are not able to talk to somebody, or not able to or want to communicate with people about your problems. This is a way for you guys to hear other people talking about it and kind of give their feedback and their takes. And then we have the gamer doctor who can give her professional feedback and takes on these topics. And don't be afraid, guys. In my socials is an email address. Send us an email if there's something that you want to talk about that we're not going to keep you 100% anonymous. We're not gonna we're not gonna sit there and say your name or anything. But if there's something that you guys want us to talk about, a subject that you guys want us to talk about, it's very easy. It's contact@narrowminds@gmail.com. You can email it, and in an anonymous way, we won't say anything about the thing, but we will bring up the topic and present it to you guys and give you guys our takes and takes of maybe professional, depending on what the topic is about. That was for Narrowmind Gaming. Thank you, Obi. Jesus Christ. Oh God. But yeah, that was the whole point. That was the goal. That was that's what we're pushing towards. We're pushing towards some kind of giving people an outlet who's in the community, who's a streamer, who's a gamer, a way to, or a content creator, a way to talk and express the fact that we are all human. There's nothing fancy or great about us other than the fact that we're.
I think I have an idea for season 3.
Oh, we're already boiling into season 3, huh? We're already
how people view their own streams and how do they arrive to who they are going to be as a streamer.
That's a good one. That's a good. We're going in like seasons already here.
Mm-hmm. Once again, never stop.
I know the mind never stops for me and Jay, just constantly moving.
I don't sleep.
that hamster's on that wheel 24/7, huh?
That hamster's got some jumper cables attached to his rear legs.
That's the whole goal. That's the whole goal of this is just to give you guys the reality of what this is. Because you guys see the cool shit on our pre-rolls of sponsored by this, or we're doing this, and this is what we did at TwitchCon. And yeah, all that stuff's cool. I was there. I was at TwitchCon. But here's the deal is it's more than that. This is more than that. This is more than you trying to be the best quick scoper on COD. This is more than you being the just chatting streamer with her boobs hanging out. There's more to this.
It's funny, like my ultimate goal when it comes to TwitchCon, when I finally do get to go, it's not going to be be a partner. It's not going to be one of the most recognized people there. My goal when I go to TwitchCon is to hang out with the friends I've made, and if even one person at the random person shows up at TwitchCon, is like, I watched your stream, I enjoy what you do. If that happens, I'm set. I don't need all the sponsorships coming up to me. Would those things be nice? Absolutely. But it's not why I'm doing this. If I have one person walk up to me that I've never met before in my life, never seen them ever. If one person walks up to me at TwitchCon, I'm like, I went in your stream one night. I watched you. I was having a really bad day. You made me laugh. I appreciate that. I'm good. There's nothing better in doing this for me. Partners would be great. Sponsorships would be great. All that stuff would be great. But if even this podcast, if one person says, "Hey, I listened to this podcast, and I had such a bad time. It just made me just happy." That means the world. we've discussed the female gamers. We're going to discuss communities. We've talked about mental health and bullying and all that stuff. We talked about 9/11. We talked about a lot of heavy topics. We've had a couple of the people we've played with every day send us DMs like, listen, I was in a rough spot, but listening to you guys talk made me feel a lot better about things. I didn't know it at the time, but some of them would DM Narrow, or someone would hit me up and not tell Narrow. There's a lot of unknown that goes into this, but if the fact that we know we are getting across to people and making them feel better about situations they're in, whether it's being bullied, being married, being divorced, being a single father, being a single mother, being anything, just the things we do, being a female, being a male, just what we do, if we're bringing awareness to topics that are really bothering people and making people's days better, it doesn't get better than that.
It's true. And I've gotten those DMs. I've gotten those emails of people saying that what we talked about and the motivation that we push, it helped them. They were in a rough spot. I shared that email, that DM with Jay, and talked to him about it. That's the thing. Jay's right. And I know the feeling, because the last TwitchCon had happened to me, and I'm sure the next TwitchCon we can all go to without any kind of issues, it's going to happen to you. The people will randomly come up to you. Never in a million years have seen what you thought, what was on their little tag there, because a lot of times they change their things, but they'll come up to you and say, hey, you know what? I watched your stream, man. You're funny. Or I watched your streams and you made me laugh. It will happen.
Like I said, if it happens, it's the top of the line for me. If it doesn't, I'm prepared for it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not overly expecting it. I'm not sitting there saying it's not going to happen. But if it doesn't, I'm ready for it. If it does, honestly, I don't know how I'm going to react if it happens. But it will be a complete honor. It will be probably one of the better moments of my life that I was able to reach out and affect somebody like that. So if that does happen, that would be phenomenal. But if it doesn't, I'm fully ready, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep doing my thing, and whatever happens, happens.
And it also takes you guys too. You guys, not, and I'm not saying in a monetary way, for you guys just to tell your friends and your the people that follow you, or the people that want to be streamers just like you, or people that you stream with, because there's so many big groups, if you just tell them about the podcast, tell them to come and listen. If you think someone's having a bad day, you think someone's they're going through a rough time, tell them to listen. The podcasts are always on there. Even if we're not live, even if this is not live on Twitch right now, you're able to go to the podcast. You're able to go to, Spotify. You're able to go to Apple. You're able to go to Google. You're able to go to Anchor FM. We're on 9 different markets now. 9 different markets that we're on right now. For you guys to tell your friends, because we have talked about stuff in the past, in these past broadcasts that could help you. It's not a once in a lifetime thing. It's just not on YouTube and that's it, right? This is a thing where you're able to listen to this. You're able to get information no matter what. That's the thing. That's the thing we're getting out of this. Is this is available to you, and that's why I said the best thing you can do. If not, it doesn't have to be monetarily. Just to mention the fact, the Gulag Podcast, listen to it. Trust me, it's not what you think it is. And then the name was literally for clickbait, for gamers, because of the fact that everybody who's ever played Call of Duty Warzone associates the Gulag and the Gulag in the game. That's literally the reason I came up with that name, and the fact that I had to double check, triple check, and make sure that podcast was not taken, and it was not. It was a clickbait thing, but it's not necessarily what we talk about. It's not the fact that we're talking about scandals, or we're talking about stuff that has to do with the game. It's just meant for you guys to go, oh, Gulag, that's interesting. What are they talking about?
Not even that, though. If you think about it, what is the Gulag in Call of Duty?
It's a place where you battle
out.
out.
Killed in war. You get killed in Warzone. What's the animation show you when you're being brought to the Gulag?
Getting dragged
into prison.
Yep.
what happens when you're in prison? You get locked up, right? We're talking about things that people lock up and keep hidden from the world. So we want to bring light to that. So that's what we're doing. We're bringing light to the Gulag. So you could sit there and say, yeah, it's clickbait, but at the same time, you know what? We're just bringing attention to stuff that needs to be attention to be brought to.
It's true.
So we're just prison inmates bringing you the news or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's weird to say it, but like we're just, we're bringing things that have been locked away out to the public to see, hear, or see.
And that's
I've actually posted the links to the podcast in other communities because they've asked me to, and I've had about 12 people either comment in the community or hit me up in a DM telling me, you guys have a great show going. And you know what? That's why we're doing it.
Exactly. This is to put all that stuff that because I I notice in like these streamer TV and streamer fails, we're always talking about the negative shit on there. That's it. I don't see one YouTube channel talk about the shit that affects streamers, the shit that affects gamers, and gives a positive spin on it. I don't see one channel like that. This is it right here. This is that chance. This is that opportunity to not bullshit and give a bunch of, oh, she did this and he did this. He got banned for this. He got banned for that. No, this is to get yourself to where you want to be. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with streaming. If this is not your passion, this is not your goal, at least the words that you hear in this stream, in this podcast, are things to help you go along with your goal. Things to motivate you to actually do what the hell it is, whatever it is you want to do. Because, it's the craziest thing is you could be the best car washer. And if that's what you're motivated to do, why the hell are you at Subway making sandwiches when you can open up your own mobile car wash for about $150?
And I'm sure there are the people out there that don't believe that what we say is how we really feel, that we're making it up for listens or views, whatever. But I can guarantee you, whether you see me on this podcast or you see me on my stream or you see me on the street, I will tell you the exact same things I say. I don't hide it. I'm not going to ever be fake. So if you ever think I'm just saying stuff to get some sort of reaction, you are dead ass wrong.
That's true.
I say what I feel about any subject. I don't care. The only subjects I will never get into is politics, because I'm sorry, there are too many of you people out there that say you're willing to talk about it, but when somebody voices their opinion, you snap at them faster than anything.
Yep.
So I don't care what political side you're voting for. I don't care what politician you're in love with or whatever. I don't care. Bottom line is, I'm going to vote for who I want to vote for. You're going to vote for who you want to vote for. I don't care who you vote for. Don't care who I vote for. That's all that matters. So whatever that turns into is what it is. But I will never discuss politics ever, because people cannot be mature and handle it.
And I'm going to tell you that this wasn't always like I said, I give credit to this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, man. Just spin my world around 360 to understand that things don't have to be all negative. I mean, I went through divorce, went through that whole hardship and that depression of all that. And through hearing his words, and you can look through my whole Instagram timeline right around the time after that divorce. That's who I posted, was that dude telling me, you know what? The fuck are you moping about? What are you moping about? What are you crying about? What are you dwelling about? You're still breathing. You woken up today. And it's true. What the fuck are we moping about? What are we crying about? What are we dwelling about? We get it. Stuff happens. Tragedies will happen in this world and in this lifetime to all of us. It's whether you choose to dwell and just stay in the past, or you choose to move forward and keep yourself going and keep yourself moving. You guys, that's the thing. That's what I chose to do. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I started social media marketing. We brought this nutrition company from zero brand new store to $10,000 a month when I left it. Because of one guy telling me, you know what? What the hell are you sitting there for? Why the hell are you just sitting there moping around crying? Why are you sitting there being depressed? It's not worth it. And that is part of the message we're trying to get. Is so many people, I hear so many people every day tell me, God, it'd be cool to be doing this full time. It's not that easy. If you're willing to sacrifice sweat, blood, and tears for this right here, for all of this, you don't necessarily have to start a podcast. You don't necessarily just to start streaming. Start to do something. Do something that you love to do. And that's why I said, let's not just make it about streaming, but do shit that you love to do. Do shit that makes you happy. You can't make anybody else happy if you're sitting there in misery, making $8 an hour, making the submarine sandwiches, if you're not happy doing it. But
and at the same time, there may be somebody that gets that Subway sandwich from you and eats it, and he's like, you know what? This is the best damn Subway sandwich I've ever had. I'm going to come back and do it again.
Exactly. And everybody has their own place. Everybody has their own thing that makes them happy. But you can't focus your life in shit that's happened in the past and deaths and all that stuff. If you focus all that stuff and energy into that, you're never going to move on in life. You're just going to be stuck there in idle, waiting for some kind of answer to why things happened in life. It's not going to happen. Life's a fucking mystery. Life is a mystery. Life is you're never going to understand everything that happens in life. You're never going to understand why this happened, why that happened, why did you take this person away from me? Never going to happen. The only thing you're going to understand is the fact that you got short amount of time here. You could either dwell on it, cry about it, sit there in your misery, or you could go do shit about it. Try something new. As scary as it is, people live off of fear a lot. People live off of fear a lot. But what is fear? It's just something that you've never tried before. So how are you scared of something that you've never tried before? Because you saw it on TV? That's why I suggest a lot of people skydive. Because there's a fear factor to it, but I tell you right now, most amazing feeling. At the end of the day, when you've soared as high as an airplane can. But that's the thing. Fear is nothing but something that we've never tried before. So instead of trying it, we make excuses for why we're not doing it. For what? You've never tried it. You never tried it. That's why I think kids are the gamer talk even did it. 10,000 feet, baby. She skydived. I think that's why kids are the best examples of human beings, because they will try stuff. Just like this, when you tell the kid the pot is hot, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to touch the pot and figure out that it's hot for themselves. That kind of...
You got to let them make the mistake before you tell them, listen, it's your fault.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You got to be adventurous. You got to try new shit. You can't sit there and be an idle and be stuck and live in all the stuff that's happened in your life. That stuff's already happened. That is out of our control. And if you think about it, your whole life is not really 100% in our control either. Because it could be taken like that. So instead of sitting there doing all that and dwelling about it and getting stuck back here, just live your life. No matter how scary it is, or you've never done this before. I hear these are quotes that I hear a lot, consistently. I've never done this before. I'm scared. I've never tried this. Well, that's what fear is. Just because you've never done something doesn't mean that you have to fear it. It should motivate you to want to do it more. It should motivate you to want to try it. Fuck it. Burn your hand. If you don't like it, then there you go. Now you know not to ever do it again. But how do you know not to do shit when you're fucking, you've never tried shit? I don't get people's, like, you know, and I give Jay pushback when he recommends like a new game or something. I'll be like, nah, I don't want to try that shit, but I'll go do it anyway. Like Human Fall Flat. A good example of a game. I was like, dude, what the hell am I going to do? This is what kind of content? The most hilarious content came from that Human Fall Flat. And if I never tried that game and I told Jay the hell with that game, I'm never going to do it, we wouldn't have never had that content.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying.
The game is dumb as hell.
It's dumb as hell, but it's hilarious. But if we never try it,
because of that also sparked us playing extremely reliable delivery service, which was another game that is just like it, but brought even more laughter because just
it's a fart fest. It is.
It really is.
It's a fart fest. But see, if we never tried those games, we never tried something new, we would have never had the hilarious like videos, the hilarious times, and the hilarious memories in that in those games. If we just kept to just Call of Duty and just kept to like Apex and kept all those, we that's the thing. I will give people pushback when I'm in character because it's just the character's thing. But honestly, I'm gonna try the game, and it's fucking hilarious, especially Humans Fall Flat. We got to get a group with that to do that, and just
Obi said the same thing. Obi said the same thing. He said he wants to get a group of it and go at it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a game like, you know, and then even to top like that, like if we all love like Mario Party, there's a game on Steam called Pummel Party. It's basically an adult version of Mario Party where you can literally pull out like a gun or a bazooka and shoot the other person to get the coins. It's literally insane what you can do.
So that's the thing, and that's the clear message that we want to give here. Whatever it is, streaming is just the platform that we're on. Being a gamer is just the platform that we're on. And I'm not forcing by any means anybody into the fact that they need to do this game or they need to be a streamer or they need to be this or they need to be that. I'm not. What I'm saying is the message that you should be hearing is that whatever it is that you want to do for the rest of your life, go do that shit. But have the patience and have the understanding that it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to do this. Whatever it is. For me, for Jay, it's this. But for whatever it is that you guys want to do, it's going to be a lot of work for you guys to do. It's a lot of it's nothing simple. But hopefully we give you guys some kind of you know, when you're having a bad day or things are not going your way or something's just messed up in your life, that you can listen to some of this stuff. And it gives you a clarity of mind. You wouldn't believe who gave me the biggest clarity of mind after I was divorced. Was Tyler Perry, dressed up as Medea. What's her name? Medea? Medea. Talking about relationships.
Hello.
Talking about relationships to the, I guess, the nephew or the grandson in that series. And they were talking about relationships and they were talking about the fact that people you got to let people go, and people are like branches on the tree, and this is the truth in friendships too, right? That people are like branches on the tree. There's the people that are like leaves and branches. They fall off, they wither, and then you move on, and then you get new branches and new trees and new and new leaves. And then the people that are going to be with you for the long term are the roots. It's a simple analogy, but it helped me analyze 100%, 110% the fact that you got to let shit go. You got to let people go sometimes in order for them to understand what it is that they're missing. That little piece of advice for a guy who's dressed up as a grandmother, it's silly, but it also helped. So that I'm trying to give back, and we're trying to give back to the community. And give them like stuff to help them go through whatever it is that they're going through. Whatever it is. That's why I said the email is there. The email is there. Our contacts are there. You can DM us. It's there. You can.
I can't even look at Tyler Perry anymore without seeing Medea.
Right.
Like I saw him in what was it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. He was Baxter Stockman, who turned into Baxter the
Oh
Fly.
yeah.
Nope, can't see him as that. I saw Tyler Perry playing a detective, like a serious movie detective. Nope. Medea. Anytime he spoke, I see Medea's face and automatically think, hello.
Yeah, but
Every time.
It's crazy because as much as it was comedy, it also gave a good story to it, and that message is like a simple analogy. That's what we are. Is people on the people are like branches, are like the trees. There's different types of them. There's the ones that fall off and wither, and then you get new friends, and they only stay for one thing for whatever they needed. And then there's the roots, they're the ones that stay put for the whole thing.
And then there's also the ones that you take the leaves off, roll them up, and smoke them.
Oh, that's not true. Those are different kind of trees. There's very short trees. We'll get to that one later.
Trees. You know?
Yeah. They're little miniature trees. They're amazing though.
That's why Bob Ross was drawing all his trees a certain way.
You noticed that, right? Mm-hmm. Bob Ross always draws the little happy trees.
No mistakes, happy little accidents. Okay.
Yeah. Did you remember look at all the little happy little trees?
Yep.
That dude was amazing
no
though. Hey,
happy little accidents.
I'm not gonna lie though. There's something like soothing about watching him paint. I don't know what it is. His voice and him just like making like these.
I don't know what it is, but when the brush hit the canvas, he was.
Yeah. He'd make the little.
I was like, what? I was like, no.
It's kind of soothing though to watch him go from a blank canvas, and then just make like this whole like scene with like a river and snow and trees in the background, and I'm just like.
But then you know what too? You're also sitting there like, okay, this dude just painted this whole forest landscape, and I'm having trouble drawing a stick figure head.
Right? That's what I feel like.
And then they put this Bob Ross paint like Bob Ross kit out where you can paint just like him. Like, I'm gonna draw a tree. It's gonna look like a sponge. Oh look, this is supposed to be water. It looks like a puddle of pee or something. I'm like, no, it's just wrong color, wrong everything. Just I'm good. My
sister bought that. She does those.
There you go.
Like paintings like that. She does a good job. You asked me to paint some.
We have a place here. It's called Pino's Palette. You sit here, you get an art lesson to draw a picture, and you drink wine. How can that possibly be a good idea?
The Gamer Doc says that her mom learned to paint with Bob Ross.
Well, there you go.
Huh. Hello? I love.
But how can you get a lesson in painting? You've never painted before. You're going to get a full-blown lesson in painting a big-ass picture while drinking wine. If that was me, my picture would come out lopsided in so many ways. Yeah, these people are coming out with borderline masterpieces from being a novice painter or a beginner painter. But because they have the power of wine, it somehow turns them into Bob Ross's ex-wife or some shit. And they start painting masterpieces.
It's his hands. You ever see his hands when he's doing stuff? He's just like, he has like a way with his hands, especially when he has that little thing where he does like the zigzags and it turns into a river.
I'm sure that's what all the ladies said about him.
Yeah. It's that. No, it's the fro, man.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to channel through the. That thing was amazing, and it was always perfect.
It's protection.
It was perfect, dude.
That's why that man never wore a helmet when he was on a motorcycle or a bike. If he fell off, that thing was cushioning the fall. No matter what.
Yeah, that thing had some cushion power, dude. That was like some serious styrofoam. That thing is amazing. Just
shock
watch.
Absorbers. He got a shot. He was a natural born shock absorber.
But I mean, you gotta admit, his paintings were like.
His paintings were amazing. I'm convinced the older I got and the more I watched him, he was stoned out of his mind every time he painted.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he was.
I'm convinced because he's so calm. He was everything. Just sitting there. Oh, it's a tree. Oh, it's a pond.
Explains every Salvador Dali painting.
Oh yeah. Look at Picasso. I mean, I'm pretty sure every artist, one way or another, was drunk or high when they painted. Look at Van Gogh. He painted Starry Night, right? Well, he probably smoked. He probably smoked something. Was high as shit. Looked up, and this guy's like, "Wow, I want to paint this," and he just painted it out. You know.
There you go. That's what you call art right
I'm
there.
convinced.
That's what you call art. Maybe we should all start doing that. That way it's more
I'm
artsy.
good. I can't be any more creative if I wanted to.
I don't know. We can test those waters.
No, it's not.
But at the end of the day, guys, we just want to give you guys a recap and what's going to be coming for the next couple seasons.
Funny, we were planning this to be like a 30, 45-minute talk about what happened in season 1 and what's coming in season 2. We're already at an hour and a half. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. But yeah, I mean, we want to give you guys just a little bit of what's, what it is and what our goal is and what our goal for helping you guys. That's the whole thing. Is this is something to motivate you guys to do, not only in streaming, not only in gaming, but to motivate you in life to actually, go do the stuff that you love. It took me this long. It took me a lot of years to realize that that's what needs to happen. But it's never too late. It's not the end of the world if you're only realizing this now. That's what you got to do. But the fact that you're realizing it and the fact that you're moving towards goals, like, man, if I knew the stuff that I knew now when I was like 20, 21, I'd be a deadly person. Not physically deadly, but like getting stuff done and being motivated to actually go do stuff.
Just for the record, I fully plan on eventually pulling a Back to the Future thing where I go ahead in time, get an almanac on the sports, come back and bet on us and get all the money I need. So right. that will happen.
All right, we're gonna do that.
Yep, that will happen. And then, so when that happens, just knowing like roughly 5 years, give or take, there will be the first ever gaming gated community out there. Possibly like Biff's Hotel, just get a whole hotel and just rent that. Just, you're a streamer, here's the room, stream room and everything set up. We got the first ever streamer hotel.
That would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that would be interesting.
I'm telling you, I have a whole plan that if I win the lottery, dude, the whole plan, I will legitimately buy a gated community, just buy a whole, like a cul-de-sac, right? Gate it out, get security guards in the front to guard the streets and everything, get the best internet you could possibly get, have like a central house for like a dining area where we all like converge and eat like a family or some shit, that everybody goes their own way for streaming. The only thing is, like, whatever you make from streaming, the bills get split between everybody. That's it.
Well, I mean, if it's that kind of house, there won't be there'd be a lot of profits for that.
All right.
If it's that kind of house. Well, there you go. See, he's got goals. There you are. And they're not.
Now I just need the Mega Millions to stop fucking me over and give me some cash already. Jesus.
It's not unattainable, guys. It's all how much work you're willing to put in.
Streamer mansion. Everybody, and just have like a giant like foyer of just all consoles and TVs, and the possibilities are endless.
Jay will put the house centrally in Vegas as the
fuck that. Vegas.
Vegas is amazing. It's a
city of sin, brother.
Shit, there's more than just Vegas. It's a city of sin,
bruh. The hell is a city of sin? I want to make a city of win, bruh.
Well, I mean, if you're sinning.
Yep, I want to make a gaming commune, just straight up. Have like a giant dining room with all the chairs where we all come together and eat. We can have like find some sort of chef that can make like foods out of straight video games. Just have like, tonight's like some fucking, I don't know, something from The Witcher, or like some meal from The Witcher or some shit, like gaming themed meals. Like,
Jay would be the one to get himself, the Last Supper painting. He would have it painted right in the background of the dining room.
Not even that. That I'd have like everybody sitting at the table, and like I would be standing above everybody like Jesus, and in front would be like a TV with like consoles and controllers on the table.
There you go. There's Jay's
the last game.
There's Jay's future goals right there. Yep. We'll give him a 5 to 6 year window for that one.
It's gonna look like The Godfather. I'm gonna have like full black suit, red tie, just flat out, just sitting there like this.
With your hands like this.
I have a keyboard in one hand, a mouse in the other, while everybody else is sitting there with controllers.
There you go. There's Jay's future aspirations 5 to 6 years down the line. Well, there you go. There it is. October 12th is the start of season 2. That gives us enough time to prepare and get everything ready for season 2 of the Gulag Podcast. Those makeup interviews will be tied into those. Unfortunately, like I said, due to scheduling and conflicts and technical issues, stuff happened. We can't. It's all out of our control. We try
and also, by the way, StunZ 2032. Just saying.
Okay, all right. I'm voting.
I'll be presidente.
I'll be like this.
Yeah, right.
I'll be like this. Nixon. Remember that? Hopefully you guys get a like I said, go right now. Spotify, Apple, all the major carriers can get you into the podcast, season 1 of the podcast. Anytime, 24 hours a day, you can download it. You can listen to it. And then season 2, look out for it. It will be broadcasted live here on Twitch. Oh, and also we have a Patreon. So if you do decide that you want to help us out monetarily, we're not forcing you to. We're not telling you have to. There are special perks that me and Stunz are working on right now to put up there and do like Q&As, get you guys into a room with us on Discord or whatever Zoom meeting and do Q&As with us. Let you guys pick the topics for some of the days that we're going to do the podcast. All that stuff is in the Patreon. Patreon will be linked in the YouTube video version of this. So make sure you look out for that. It's going to be different tiers, get different things. But, like I said, we're not asking for like millions dollar donations. We're just asking that if you do support us and you want to support us monetarily, there's the way to do it. So you don't think that we're just throwing this into our pockets. All this money goes back into redeveloping and making the Gulag Podcast better. So make sure that you guys look out for that. That will be in the end of this YouTube video. Jay, any last words?
Be kind, rewind.
It's a Blockbuster thing. Do you even
in season
2? Yeah. Be kind.
The end of season 1. I don't know.
Be kind, rewind. I remember, and you know damn well that you never rewound anything, did you?
I know I did rewind some things.
Other things.
The shows I really didn't like, I rewound because I never really watched them. I watched 15 minutes, like, no, I can't watch this. Just hit the rewind button because it was short. Everything else was like, the hell with it. Just let it be.
I remember they'd have all those decks sitting out there at Blockbuster, and right before you actually get the movie, they'd stick it in the deck and make sure that it was all the way rewound because they only had the little plastic case up on. Man, Blockbuster back in the day. Woo! That used to be fun.
But last words for real. Don't be a dick. Just be an actual human being when it comes to people. Stop trying to. I don't know. Just stop trying to make yourself seem cool by downgrading people or talking shit to people. Just if you see somebody need, help them out. Don't be a dick. That's it. And be kind. Rewind.
Doc says, I worked at a Blockbuster. No one rewound. Sorry.
I did.
Sorry, Doc. I may or may not have done that a couple times.
What does this bring up? What is?
Yeah. You used to. Yeah. That really amazed her, by the way.
Oh, I know.
She's like, is that a rubber pencil?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Everybody, make sure, let's take care of ourselves, guys. We're all humans. This is all, this separation and all this stuff that's going on in the world needs to stop. Like, honestly, in all honesty, everybody bleeds the same color blood.
Actually, I have more last words too.
Oh, go ahead.
Sort of it. All you sports stars and musicians out there think you have more power than you do by influencing people how to vote or that they should do the things you say or do or should worship the same message you worship. You're a piece of shit. You're a human being. You're not special just because you get paid millions of dollars to throw a ball through a hoop or to play a guitar or to sing. You are not any special than anybody else in this world. You're not more special than a baby that just entered this world. You're no special than an old person that's ready to end their life naturally in this world. You are nothing special. Stop acting like you are.
There you go. Guys, it's a serious message. Like, we're all human beings. We got to start thinking about that, because our grandparents. What happened? What are you laughing at? There's something bad.
Gaming Doc, you say that we actually had mentioned tequila a little earlier on that night.
Oh my God!
And I asked Miss Sweetie if she liked to use a gun called the Kilo, and she said, "Oh yes, I love tequila." And later, like 15 minutes later, is when she did the rubber pencil trick. So you hit that literally right on the head.
Wow, she did. She, without even saying anything, she hit that right on that, because I remember that night we were playing Shipment, and Jay says, "Hey T, what do you think about tequila? Do you like tequila? The Kilo?" She's like, "Yeah, I love tequila." And then
the Kilo, the gun. She goes, "Oh, yeah, I love tequila." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, she was.
You hit that one right on the head, Doc. That was amazing.
Me and Jay were laughing so hard.
That was probably one of the funniest clips ever.
Dude, I could not stop laughing when she did that. She's like, "Yeah."
She couldn't stop laughing when she did that, and then she broke out the rubber pencil and almost started like crying. She was laughing so hard. She did a whole she was like, and she did like a whole like thing. Like, she went full into it. It was amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah, guys, once again, season 2 out October 12th. That gives us enough time to get the new season, the new guests, the first couple guests to come in and do their thing.
And the final 2 guests of season 1.
Yeah, final 2 I know it's like delayed, but you know what? We're going to do our best to get it out there for you guys. Even if we don't broadcast it live, it will be up on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, and all that. We might not broadcast those 2 episodes. Sweet Tea, we might.
Sweet Tea might.
Yeah, but just look out for that.
Harvey's a little bit harder with the time zones.
Yeah, with the time zones.
He's a day ahead of us.
So if you don't see the Carvey one, but you do see it on YouTube and everything, unfortunately that's the way it's going to be, just because of the time zone and the time difference. So don't, because we might have to record that like late at night when she's actually, it's like 8 o'clock for her and it's like 4 o'clock for us, and 5 and like 6 o'clock for him. So who knows what's going to happen with that? So we're gonna work that out and get that recorded if we do not broadcast it live. So if you do not see that, just make sure you follow us on all those social media platforms. Follow us on Spotify. I think you can follow on Spotify. I believe you can. Yes, you can follow on Spotify. You can subscribe on YouTube. So do all that for me, and make sure you guys take care of yourself and each other. Make sure you guys don't. Let's start changing the world, huh? Let's start spinning this little bullshit rut that we're in, because we're just digging ourselves deeper by acting the way we are. Everybody, we will see everybody in season 2. Jay, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for all the people that tune in and watch our streams. Doc, we will be definitely talking to you and getting you into the next season and talking about some great stuff with you. Obi as well. Thank you, Obi, for tuning in, and all the lovely people. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. There's a long, Anyways, everybody, have a great rest of your night. We'll catch everybody. I might stream a little bit of Call of Duty today, depending on what we're going to do after this. But if you don't see the stream after this, that means, well, I didn't decide to. But everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully this helps you in some way, shape, or form. And we'll catch everybody on the next season. Everybody, have a great rest of your night. We will see you all next season, October 12th.